Welcome on, welcome all. I am Jason Jay Atkins here for GameSports, joined alongside by me, Warclone. Simon, how you doing, buddy? You okay?
I'm fine. It's Friday and I got my beer.
That's always good, man. That's always good. It's a good start. Beer o'clock on a Friday is probably most people's favourite day of the week. So we have Hungary versus Latvia in the European Championships, of course. We're not going to be too far from game live here, so let me just tab in real quick and see where we're up to. Have we had knife round? Doesn't look that way yet, does it?
No, it's still, well, I was about to say still missing a player on CT, but he's just reconnected, so...
Okay, I don't
won't
have
be
my
far off.
spec overlay, so I'm going to reconnect myself as well so I can get the actual full spectator overlay. I'm hoping it comes back. So, anyway, Warclone, obviously with Starladder going on, I'm not expecting like we're going to have a million people. There we go, I've got the full overview now. I'm not expecting to have like a million viewers or anything like that, but Hungary-Latvia, I think it's a fairly even game, even if it's not between two of the top nations in Counter-Strike Go. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with it, and when I saw the two teams that were playing, I was like, oh, this is not going to be interesting at all, like at first glance, but then I thought to myself that this might be actually a little bit close, so... Hopefully we'll see a little bit of a new talent coming into the game, and hopefully it'll be a close game as well.
Well, before we get started, let's have a quick look at the tables, of course. It's still group stages, so nothing to get too excited about here, but as you can see, Group A. In fact, which group is this from? Let's have a quick look. So this is going to be Group B. Denmark, top of Group B at the moment with 6 points. Belgium in second. They've only played one, though, so they do have a game in hand. Slovakia have played 3, only have 2 points so far, so they've been a little bit misfortunate. Hungary and Latvia, of course, bottom 5th and 6th, respectively. 1 point and 0 points. Hungary have a game in hand, so Warclone, this is going to be important for bragging rights, isn't it? I mean, the winner of this game will probably finish above each other, won't they?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I have to say that it's pretty much about pride at this stage, not coming last in the group stages. That's a horrible feeling. Horrible feeling.
Yeah, it most definitely is. Now, I mean, when you look for the rest of the groups, though, there's no real surprises there. Sweden top of Group A, France top of Group D. Russia, I mean, a lot of people don't put much stock into the Russian CS scene, but their international teams always played really well together. We saw that back in the European nations. Anyway, I guess we're going live from the Yurt home. So let's tap back in real quick. And hopefully, yep, here we go, knife round underway. So I'll give you the roster rundown after the knife round, of course. Roster rundown might be a little bit out because obviously it is an international tournament and the rosters do change on almost a second's notice. So I'll probably do it from in-game, actually. In fact, I'll give you the roster for the last game and then we'll do it in-game as well. Anyway, it looks like Hungary are winning this knife round with relative ease here. Yep, that's going to be the final kill coming in. So they do get side choice here. Given the fact that they have side choice in Inferno, which way do you think they're going to lean here? Do you think it's going to be yeah, it is going to be a switch for Hungary, so they're going to go CT side first. Do you put that much stock into actual side choice on Inferno?
Yeah, it's definitely a CT map, at least in a Nations Cup like this, because the teams aren't really well drilled as a team, which makes the CT side the easier side in any circumstance where it's two mixed teams involved. So that's a good choice by Hungary, I think.
Yeah, I can get behind it myself. Plus, I mean, it knows what you got to do. You got to do on this T side when you do switch over at half, so it can help out a great deal. Now, I'm just going to bump the in-game volume a little bit because it's kind of low at this point. Where are we? There we go. It's probably about where it needs to be. So, here we go. Initial moves underway. Let's have a look at the overview and see who's doing what. It's going to be a 4-man stack on second mid with Because watching Banana here. Let's give you the quick roster rundown. It looks like we're going to have a few seconds here before there's an engagement. In fact, there we go. Forward with the first kill. Commentators kiss of death as per usual. Why is auto director not working for me? There we go. Okay, good stuff. So, the roster rundown. Hungary are going to be Folder, FSH, Twist, RML, and Gabson. LV with that headshot to Twist. And it's going to be for the Latvians. We're going to have Deficient, Because, Image, Gem, and Gekons. Now here we go, big move onto the covered site. We are going to see FSH dropping Gekons. Image replying onto FSH. So it's a 3-on-3 with the bomb going down on the covered site here. Warclone, do you think there's any chance of a CT retake?
Yeah, it's 2 versus 3 here, and both the T's are stuck on site. They know they're stuck on site, so they have to push out, but it's too much for them in the end with a crossfire from Gabeson in that arch side. So Hungary picks up that first round, and well, I have to say that feels good as CT, because on that easier side, you do not want to let the T's get the pistol round, because that basically means they'll get 3 free rounds as the harder side. So Good retake by Hungary. They played it calmly. They waited for each other before engaging. Actually, Latvia forcing that engagement onto Hungary, but they were prepared for it with that crossfire. So well played, Hungary.
Yep, it was a good retake. CS 101, moving in as a group, as a unit, not moving in one by one and just giving up pointless kills. So seems like Hungary are going to be pretty decent on the CT side here. Then again, as Swarkline pointed out, CT side much easier to play, especially when you factor in the fact that obviously, you know, all you've really got to plan for is retakes. You just play that 3-2 split and you'll usually go okay. Anyway, Hungary going to smash this eco. And that's going to be a 2-0 scoreline. No surprises there, is the Walkline?
No, not at all. Not surprised to see Latvia going for a pretty much straight rush onto middle and try to go through that arch all the way. Because if they open up with a kill in arch in that eco, they'll get that gun, but they'll also have the dynamic of being able to cross onto the B bomb site or go to the A bomb site. So, but in the end, it's a hard round to take. But Latvia is now on the bye, Jay.
Yep, indeed they are. Third round, so we do see AK-47s across the board after the early plant. Engagement from Vietnam onto top left. Twist's going to take a little bit of damage out of that, so did Image as well. Image, he's digging in. He's got smoke on top mid, so it looks like Deficient's going to be the go-to guy here on second mid. Looks like he's going to be the one forcing the entry with Gekans and Gem just behind. So he is going to go for the balcony boost. Misses his jump. That was kind of shocking, to be honest. He'll get it this second time, though. Very rare at this level of play. You will see somebody miss that jump twice. So he's boosted up now. They've made a half-decent positional gain over towards Apps. They've taken a little bit of damage for it, though, so they could be made to pay here. Flashbang going into Apps. CT flashbang. That's going to keep Gem on his feet. He's just going to chill in the Apps for the time being. Image making his way up. We've got lower Apps here from Deficient as well. So quad side going to be lit up. RML forced to fall back. Didn't connect with his M4A1 either. Cheeky flashbang to slow it down. Looks like the Latvians are going to force the entry here. First kill coming in from RML. 5 on 4 now. Make that a 5 on 3. Second kill for RML. He's going to dig in on sight. Can he find the third? No, he can't. He's going to be shut down by Deficient. FSH coming out from pit. Shuts down Image. Nice M4A1 play and a headshot as well. Followed up by the chest shot. And it looks like Gabson's going to finish it off. So good gun round there for the Hungarians, Warclown. I mean, was there anything that Latvia could have done differently? I think they kind of staggered that assault, didn't they? They went in almost 2 waves there.
Yeah, well, I think they played it quite okay, Latvia, but the problem is they let RML get 2 kills as the entry, and also when it was pretty much down to a 3v3, FSH just picking up 2 kills in pit and securing the bomb down in that pit area, so it's hard for the T's to get the bomb and get that plant down.
Nice nade out from Gabson. Eco Banana Rush is going to be absolutely decimated. USP fire from Folder to finish off Gem, and the second kill onto Image. That's going to make it a 4-0. Good old-fashioned Swedish eco. It looks like the Latvians not putting too much stock into their eco rounds here, so could be in for a quick game, Walklown. Indeed.
I guess that's kind of normal for a little bit of a mix, like mixed teams like this. You don't really have sick setups as an eco. But anyways, we got an AWP here on Image on Latvia. Let's see if he can utilize that somehow. No.
Well, Twisty's having none of it. I caught that on the auto director. So yep, good AWP on AWP kill. Gives the Hungarians the 5 and 4 advantage yet again here. Gonna be leveled back up though, as Because picks up the frag onto Folder. Dropped by Gabson though. Nice M4A1 play. This is looking like it could very well be the 5th round for the CTs here. Although RML just did take a lot of fire from second mid. He's down to 6 HP right now. If you can find that frag, it will.
Horribly by Deficient though on Latvia. He should have secured that kill onto RML. He was pretty much standing behind him at that point in second mid. Let's see if that might cost him the round. If they picked up that kill, it will be down to a 3v3. So hopefully Latvia will be able to pick up a round now though, Jay.
I'm hoping so, because it's one of those deals but you know, this is a pivotal round. This is a momentum breaker. If Latvia don't win this, then they're going to allow Hungary even more control. They've done some good cash damage so far though, so that does keep them in the game. Anyway, M4A1 spray coming in from FSH. He's going to be smoked out here. Gem going to move forward with the AK-47, jumping into pit. He's going to be dropped by FSH though. That was a bad pit push. Twist onto Apps, picks up that kill onto Deficient. Means we're just going to see Gekans as last man standing. He's going to be dropped by, well, the 6 HP of RML. And like you said, that could have been a key kill if Deficient would have got it, but it came back to bite him in the ass in the end, didn't it?
kind of did, and that's the kind of mistakes that happens throughout pretty much all of the top games. Really, you don't really expect it, but as you were saying, it's a game that might not be that important considering none of the teams will progress to the playoff stages, maybe. But it's about pride. It's about not being that last team in the group.
International bragging rights. Now Twist with the first kill. Gabson with the M4A1 to back it up. Deficient with the AK-47 to bring it back to a 4-on-3, but Folder does manage to grab another M4 frag. Deficient now drops, so it is a 4-on-2 here. Gekins and Image, the last two men standing for the Latvians. Let's see exactly where they are. Image bottom banana, he's going to be flashed. Taking a lot of fire as well. Suppressed here. He's got good smoke cover though, but Folder through the smoke. That must have been, he must have got the tag bug there or something to figure out where he was. It was far too accurate to be anything other than. Gekins digging in behind the logs, and he's going to be shut down by RML. That is now a 6-0 scoreline. And Hungary seem to be on an absolute flyer here, Walkline. It seems like this is going to be a fairly one-sided game right now, doesn't it?
It does. Hungary, I'm not taking anything away from Hungary. They're playing it out really well. A little bit surprised as to how much team play they're showing off now with the crossfires and stuff. But Latvia is playing a little bit choppy. They're getting killed early in the round by offensive CTs. They should play a little bit more like a team. Try to just focus on easy strats and easy timings. Because right now they're just getting picked off left and center.
Gekins managed to get through apps past the HE. Opens up with the Galil. Can he find this frag? Indeed he does. He removes the AWP from Twist. He's going to move through towards Arch side now. He will have Gabson to deal with. A good flashbang from Gabson, and he secures the M4A1 frag. That could be the final nail in the coffin for this round here. 7th round of your first half, of course. Latvia are on the T side, so they do have a chance of coming back in the second half, but they really need to put some rounds up quickly, don't they, Walkland?
They do indeed, and now down to 3v3, and they know Gabeson is on 1 HP if their teammates have called it, but it's now down to 2v3. Oh my god, once again FSH just picking up kills from that pit area. They do not know how to enter that bomb site and keep FSH flashed.
Well, Jem does find one frag onto Folder with his Galil, but he's in a 2-on-1. Only 17 HP to remove, so technically he has the health advantage, but it's 2 weapons. That's always a disadvantage, of course. Does he have the bomb? Indeed he does, so he's got the bomb to play with here. If he actually figures this out, he could potentially go banana. Gabson is watching it, but he's watching it from CT spawn, so if he can get past the fountain, he could have a safe plant on banana, but then again he's gone to covered site here, and he is going to go for the cheeky plant. FSH going to pop himself out. Can't stop the plant though. And now we are going to see FSH wait for the... Oh, that could have been left another second though, and that would have got 2 kills. That was a shame. Bad timing on the grenade. And that does lead to the round. But like I was saying, Gabson and FSH playing that really well. There was no need for FSH to actually face until Gabson was actually in a potential position to contest. And then again, they showed a lot of discipline though, didn't they, Walkland?
Well, yeah, they did, and once again, Latvia shows that they're not really playing it out smart. Jem knows that he's up against 2 opponents. He knows that they're both low on HP. That should have been called by his teammates. If not, that shame on them. But he's not in a bad position sitting on site there, because he will hear the footsteps coming in from either side, and he'll know he's up against low HP. He does not need to face like that. So, yet another mistake by Latvia, in my opinion.
But a good push up mid. Jem securing the frag onto Twist here, so chance that... Oh, RML does decide to level it back up. Image and because picking up 2 frags though, so advantage back to Latvia, 4-on-2 here. Foden making his rotation. He knows the bomb will be going down any second, so... Gabson coming from a library, opens up the M4A1. Foden going to grab the frag onto Gekins with the assist. Bad HE from Gabson though. Good flashbang. That might allow them to move forward. 3-on-2. Hungary wanted to keep a clean sheet here, make it an 8-0 scoreline. Latvia, of course, looking for the first round of their T-half. Opted out to deciding to put me into third person. Thanks very much. 2-on-1 right now. Foden, last man standing on site. 31 HP. Bomb ticking. And he is going to be cut down. So Latvia picking up a good solid round there. That was a nice push up through mid. What do they need to do to maintain this now? They have the momentum here. They can actually buy up again, which is nice to see. 2 rounds in a row where we see weapons from them. How do they maintain this now, Walkline?
Do they pretty much exactly the same as they did? As I was saying earlier as well, they need to play it out. They need to play it out a little bit more standard, a little bit more easy with the timings. They don't need to rely too much on timing strategies, because that's hard when you play with a mixed team. So just playing it out simple like they did, that then it's pretty much all about the aim all the way through. Anyways, is this a pause?
It seems that way. There's no GoTV error messages or anything like that.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm hoping it's just a quick pause.
But an important point, though, however, like if you see on the scoreboard right now, you'll see that the economy of Latvia is not that good, even though they just won a round. They don't have a lot of money. And the way the money system works in Counter-Strike, pretty much all the iterations of it, is that if you lose 6 rounds in a row, you'll pretty much get enough money every round to buy weapons.
You get that 3K respawn, whereas if they lose this right now, they're back at 1-4, so...
Yeah, so Hungary might have... They probably didn't lose it on purpose, but I mean, if Hungary picks up this round, then Latvia is in for a hard time here, Jay.
They definitely are. I mean, it cash screws them, it resets the cash, and like you say, you know, they're not going to get that 3K spawn, so... they are really between a rock and a hard place here. It's do or die for the Latvians. If they can chain together 2 or 3 rounds here on the bounce, it does make it a semi-respectable first half scoreline. If they finish something like 11-4, I think they can live with that. I would say, though, the rate is going right now. 11-4 seems kind of optimistic, I think is the word I'm looking for, Walkline.
Yeah, well, I'll see how this round pans out before I put down any predictions, but I'm having a little bit of a theory here, Jay. Do you think that this pause has been caused by Latvia wanting to, like, after picking up that round, they want to, like, have a team chat, just discuss what to do right now? Or
you mean like American football style timeout or something?
Yeah. It might have been Hungary as well, being a little bit bad-mannered and trying to utilize their pauses to try to reset the momentum and like the engagement of the Latvian team.
Well, I mean, there's definitely gamesmanship, though. You know, pauses are used that way. You know this because you've obviously called and played at the highest levels. So, yeah, you know how it works. If you feel like you lose the momentum, then cheeky little 2 to 3 minute pause just to resituate yourself, figure out exactly what's gone wrong, who you need to neutralize, and when. Yeah, I think it's part of the game. It's kind of a pain in the ass when you're casting it and you have no idea what's going on. It'd be nice to be told. But I can get behind timeouts because I've seen it actually work in the past. I mean, WCG08, thinking back to PGS, they called a pause when they were like 15-12 down, came back, won 3 rounds, forced overtime off the back of a scout double kill as well. So it can really work out and it can change the course of a game. Likewise, though, I mean, whoever calls the pause, the opposite team has the same amount of time to figure out exactly what they're going to be doing as well. So it's not like here we go, we're on pause anyway, so we don't have to flog this dead horse anymore. But it's not like the pause only works for one team. But if you are the one with the momentum, it can be somewhat infuriating, to be honest.
It's a part of the game, though, Jay, isn't it?
It certainly is. I can, like I say, I'm kind of a fan of it. I'd be even more a fan of it if I knew, what was going on. Now, here we go. Good flash from Gabson. Can't spot Deficient, though. Deficient playing Ninja. Opens up with the AK-47. Picks up the kill. Folder has left as well. He's timed, so Hungary down by 2 members here. FSH and RML going to pick up 2 kills. 3 on 2 right now, so the Latvians need to press this advantage, don't they, Walkalone?
They do indeed. The bombs dropped. Nah, never mind. That was my radar bugging out. But anyways, they are heading over towards that B bomb site, and Twist has left it. He's just now reaching that B bomb site, but the Fission might be in position to pick up a kill here. Or, in fact, Twist, that little ninja's gone all the way through to Flower Bed right now. Will he pick up the kill? No. In fact, the Fission says no, and it's all up to FSH. And he's been playing fantastic, Jay, but 1 versus 3. It's not really any point trying it out, and indeed, he's just saving his weapon right now. So
yep, I think he's more interested in his KDR at this point. He's 10-1-2 with a 5-1 KDR. So I mean, he's not short of money at 7-5, but he will have to drop actually. Him and Gabson will have to drop for who actually timed. Let's see, it doesn't tell you, does it anymore?
No, it's not.
It was Folder. It was Folder who timed because
he just connected.
There you go.
But yeah, that's really unfortunate for Hungary. I mean, having a player less in that much of an important round plays a huge difference to the game right now. Because not only did Latvia get yet another point on the board, but that means if they lose this round, it's not that critical. They can buy the next round if they lose this one. So Latvia might have had a little bit of luck right now, unless someone from Latvia just DDoS the Hungarian player, which is highly unlikely. But
I was going to say, I don't see this game attracting much DDoS attention. Not when the start are going on.
And I'm getting so confused right now because Latvia's got a player named Gem.
Yeah, I was about to point that out. I was like, yeah, Gem. Obviously, you're familiar with Gem. Not this Gem, though, is it?
Nah, he's kind of like 3 meters away from me right now, drinking red wine. So it feels so weird him sitting out there drinking wine and hearing me constantly shouting "Gem."
It's
Like,
probably like,
what's
what?
going on?
What? What do
Am
you
I
want?
ready? What's next?
Well, tell Gem I said hi, by the way. One of the, one of my favourite players to watch at the end of the day. Anyway, we are back on paused here. Thought it gave me a bit of a fright then as he stopped moving. I thought we'd repause, but here we go. 10th round of your first half, of course. Let's have a look at this overview and see who's doing what. Seems like a bit of a split here. It looks like the Latvians looking for a pick, doesn't it, Walkline?
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of it because what's been working for Latvia this far is pretty much just rushing in as a unit and just not relying on timings or anything. Like the second round they got didn't really count that much considering they were up against only 4 players and kind of had the momentum on their in their favor right there. But let's see if it works for them. I might be wrong. It all comes down to that first opening kill before the call gets made onto which bomb site they should head over to.
Indeed. As we can see, it looks like Gekans and company are starting to move over towards the covered side. So if they're forced to go anywhere, it seems like it is going to be another A attack. Well, it does mean running right into FSH, who's been on fire so far. There's the pick. That's what they've been looking for. Image with that kill onto Gabson. Gekkan's going to move through. GameSports owns up and doing Twist with the kill. Deficient replies, but RML takes down Gem instead. It's now a 3-on-3 here. Folder coming through on the rotation with that frag onto Deficient. Can he find the second? He's done a lot of damage. He can't get the frag, though. That does leave LV, low health, and we've had a disconnection as well because it has gone. Disconnected by user as well.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the issue was there. Maybe he's trying to... Does it still work like it did in Source, where sometimes if you, like on pistols where you've disconnected, you came back in with more money?
No, that's not really a bug, is it? Like, if you have below $800, you would reconnect because obviously you would get that extra $800 if you were down to 0. So that's probably not the case right here. As you can see, it's just reconnecting and got $800. Not really worth it. So something must have been wrong for them. And wow, that's a little bit unfortunate because they did have the money to buy right now, but they pretty much lost a lot of, at least 2,000 or 3,000 with that disconnect, and that's not really what they need right now.
Yep, and that means because it's just on a deagle with no body armor, no flashbangs, HE, or smoke. So he's going to be between... he's basically got a shit sandwich. He's taking a bite of it real soon. There you go. There's said shit sandwich. It comes in the form of Twist's M4A1. So, app shut down. Banana making its move, though. Gem with the headshot onto Gabson. This could be the opening here, Warclown. Do you think they can capitalize on this?
If they move fast enough, because RML is on that rotation over towards B bomb side, and he's now in CT spawn and will be setting up for a crossfire here with Foda.
Indeed, he will. He took a little bit of friendly fire, but all good. Foda with the headshot as well. Now, Gekkan's going to secure that kill, and that does mean Banana is under control here. We do have a rotation coming through on Ruins. Who's that going to be? That's going to be Twist. Twist is going to be perfectly positioned once FSH makes his way in as well. So good crossfire set up for the retake. Twist with the frag onto Image. At least Gekkan's as last man standing 2-on-1. Opens up with the AK-47. Can he find the frag? Sprays away about 3/4 of his clip. Shut down by FSH. And then he's going to make it a 9-2 scoreline. Warclown, that was just a bad hold, really, wasn't it? They didn't play the bomb whatsoever. They let Twist get FSH get all the way in when he came basically on a straight ahead approach. All they had to do was either both face or neither face, wasn't it?
Indeed. I mean, if they play like that, Jay, like Gekkans and that kind of spray, literally the CT was half a meter in front of him. So if they play like that, they don't deserve to get any more rounds. I mean, they need to step up now and just play it simple, play as a unit, just rush in. And Gem just gets annihilated by double nades here in Banana.
Well, RML from balcony as well takes down Deficient because does pick up the kill with the pistol. That means he might have an M4 A4 here. If he can, yep, indeed he does. He's retrieved that, so it must have fallen out the balcony. Gabson with the M4A1 kill and Twist through smoke. Opens up with a USP as well. Does connect onto Because a little bit, down to 36 HP. It's going to mean FSH moves forward, but with the assist, they do secure that frag, and that's now a 10-2 scoreline here. This is getting decidedly one-sided. Really, Latvia need to win these last 3, don't they?
They really need to, and I'm hoping they will go for a straight-up push right now. Because that's standard setup for them, going for the picks. Well, it doesn't work for them. They have gotten the opening pick some rounds, but in the end they get shut down by FSH or RML, pretty much picking up 2 or 3 kills each, and it's just annoying to... Alright, we got fast push onto B here, but unfortunate for them. Hungary stacked B bomb site here, Jay, but they did manage to get in the end, but HP is on the side of CT, but on the other hand, Latvia got that bomb planted.
Yep, bomb now ticking. Flashbang's going over though, and as we've seen, Hungary don't seem to have a problem retaking against Latvia, so don't be surprised to see FSH and RML put this retake on now. FSH with the entry frag. That's going to cut down because on the image to find here, and as you can see, he's dug in back of sight with an AWP. He's going to be headshotted, and that will lead to the defusal. So it's now going to go 11-2 here, and it does look like it is going to be a fairly quick game, doesn't it, Walkon?
It does look like that, and for some reason, Latvia, every time they plant that bomb over towards that B bomb site, they just decide to hold that the back of bomb site.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. I'm so glad that you did.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, going
so
left and right.
Because, I mean,
why not stick somebody in ruins or something?
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking stick both in ruins. So you can rotate over towards Flower, you can go through CT spawn. At least don't both stand at the back of bomb site, because that you're not doing yourself any favors now, are you? Twist with a nice opening kill on the Jumbo. Wow, this is not going the way of Latvia, is it, Jay?
No, they're getting crushed now. You can feel the momentum. It's most definitely in favour of the Hungarians. Although deficient, having none of it, is AK most definitely not deficient. That's been put to good use here. FSH going through on the rotation through second mid, cuts down image in the meantime, back to a 2-on-2. But just to harken back to the point he was making about the setup on the actual hold on the banana bomb site, they've done that 3 rounds now where they've set up back left, back right, doing something a little bit untoward and switching those positions up would be a really good idea. I mean, I imagine that FSH at this point, when he's rotating through and he goes through ruins, he knows that it's clear every time he's going through. So you might be able to catch him unawares. Anyway, speaking of catching people unawares, FSH and Twist pick up those 2 final kills. Deficient doesn't get his 4-man, and that is now 12-2. Looking at your scoreboard, first place is going to be Twist. No surprise there. In fact, no, I'm going to give that nod to FSH, actually, because he's got a better KDR. 16-1-2. Second place, Twist, 16-5-7. And third place honour actually goes to Deficient. Only member of the Latvian squad with a neutral KDR. In fact, he's more than double the kills of his closest member, 12-3-12. So, Warcline, you seen anything untowards here? Because I can see FSH pushing through apps, but nothing that's really sort of exciting so far.
I can see that Latvia is doing the same thing that hasn't been working for them throughout the entire game. They're playing it up, they're splitting up, playing it standard, like defensive, going for those entry picks, and it just keeps failing for them. Followed here with an opening, the second kill, I mean, onto the Vision, and it's down to 5v3 here, and yet another kill by Foda. He's just playing phenomenally on B with that AWP, and here we go. Image down as well. It's all down to Gekins, who's hasn't been impressing me with that AK aim. It's the Galil now, though. Can he do anything with that? No, in fact, he cannot. It's 13-2 for Hungary. And, I mean, if they win that pistol round as T now, it's pretty much over for them, Jay. You
would think so. And I think the way that Gekins has been playing, all the Galil's going to do for him over the AK is give him 5 extra bullets to fail with. As you can see, he's not particularly doing that great at this point, 4-0 and 14. It's up to players like Gem and Gekins to step the game up here if they want to secure this and make it a respectable score. And I think a victory is pretty much out of the question at this point because it is a 13-2 half victory. So yeah, pistols here against the CT team will put them on game point for the first buy, won't it?
Well, let's see. We've got a 2-1-2 setup here for Hungary. The bomb is just lurking around in mid, waiting for the opening kills from his teammates over towards A and B to see where he wants to rotate with that bomb, Jay. So Hungary just moving slowly up, and Foda just picks off Gekin straight away onto B, and they will get that second kill now as well. B is open, and the bomb is now over towards that B bomb site as well. And a little twist here as Hungary Twist moves on to backstab CT spawn.
Yep, he's working his way behind. Gem going to be shut down. There might not be anybody there for him to actually kill by the time he gets there, though. That's right. Image, your last man standing, making his way into ruins. He's going to be headshotted by Foda. And that is now 14 rounds. The next round will be game point, of course. I can't see Latvia buying. Let's have a look at the cash that they've got. Yeah, they're not going to buy anything off 1400 and 1500, so they will be eco for game point here. Pretty brutal game, really, to be quite honest, Warcloud.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit bad about my prediction before the game here, saying that this looks like.
Yeah, I was thinking. Hungary, of course, that they have the more renowned scene. Who's the big Hungarian team that used to play CSS? I say big.
I just remember Kodiak, man. His frag.
Yeah, I mean Kodiak and who else was on that team with Kodiak?
It's just been too many years now, Jay.
This is going to break my balls now because I casted them probably like for 6 months. It was like every other game seemed to be Kodiak and the rest of the guys from whatever Hungarian team it was. I want to say multi-gamer, but I don't think it was actually because they're Norwegian.
Team, yeah. I'm thinking about that OBI, or was that the Italian team?
I think OBI were an Italian team, and actually Kodiak played with a guy called OBI. So if anybody in chat knows who Kodiak is, legend, so you might know what the name of the team was. Let me know, because that's gonna really piss me off now.
All right, important round here, Jay. 15-2. It's game point here for Hungary, and Latvia is just on FAMAS every single one of them.
Yep, FAMAS and body armor with no flashbangs, HE or smoke to retake with, so they've really got to hold hard here, haven't they, Walkland?
Yeah, they really need to, and I have to just point it out as the entire chat went wild about it. It's Ancients, of course, from also.
That's it. There you go.
Thank you, guys. All right. So Division down to 30 HP already on B. However, Foda is down to only 2 HP. Let's see if Latvia can bring it back to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable here for Latvia.
Well, Twist has to be careful when he exits the lower apps because, as you saw, we do have a boost on the quad side here, and that is going to get the kill. Twist going to be shut down. And there's a one-man advantage now for the Latvians. They're going to, like you say, they want to make this respectable at the very least. To see a 15-2 against a team like Hungary, that'd be pretty soul-destroying, to be honest. So, let's see what we have in the overview. 2-2 split here, pretty much. Second mid and banana. Looks like we are going to see RML fall back down onto mid. So it does look like the bomb is going to make its way over towards the B site here. Image and company do seem to be quick to react here. He's already started the rotation, so this might be a good round for the Latvians. It's the first time I've actually seen them react quickly. Mass fire opens up onto Gabeson. Kill to the back of sight from RML though. Shuts down Deficient. For mass fire, that's the bomb down. Double. Nice play. Gekins with the 2 FAMAS kills, one of them a headshot. And Image secures the final frag. So Latvia live to fight another day here, Warcline. That was a good hold. They didn't have to put on any retake. First time I've seen them actually early rotate. Then again, we haven't seen much of the CT side yet. Do you think that bodes well? I mean, if they can rotate that quickly and get a read off that quickly?
Yeah, it bodes well, and the second Gekins sprays with his weapon and actually starts killing people. That's going to help out immensely for Latvia as well. I'm not trying to flame him or anything, but he's not been playing well as T throughout the game. So hopefully CT is like his favorite side in the entire world, and he'll step it up and make this a lot more interesting than it has been up to now, Jay.
Yep, well, it could get really interesting for Deficient here, as you can see. 4-man stack on Banana. 2 Deagles to play with, and looks like 3 P250s. So Gekins, if you've managed to land that spray, if they group as well, it's not really going to need to aim actually, so it might work out in his favour here. Because slowly walking around, you can see that they've already started to rotate over towards Banana here, so they've had a good read again. Gem's pushed all the way onto second mid, so he knows there's nothing coming covered side. Deficient going to fall back a little bit, opens up with the AK, he does manage to get out of dodge before he takes any damage though. So they've established it is going to be Banana here, and this should be a good round for the Latvians, shouldn't it now?
It should be a clean sweep here, pretty much. They do lose one player though, but that's all she wrote. It's only Image going down, and Hungary not getting a lot out from that round, which is going to be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit disappointing for them because unlike Latvia, Hungary actually took their time. They wanted to get the CTs to spend all of their counter flashes at the start of the round and spend all of their nades before they started pushing in. And getting only that 1 kill, considering they all bought Deagles, or at least they all bought some kind of pistol, that was not worth it for them at all.
No, it was a waste of, you're talking, what, 850 or 1600. Caught the best part of 2.5k on pistols that really only got 1 kill, so. Anyway, because putting down the fire onto apps, Gabeson going to be starting to push up mid. He's going to be suppressed by those M4A1 sprays. Good kill into quad though, because a little bit slow to react onto that. Image getting shut down on apps as well. He can't hold that position any longer. He's going to come out, and as you can see, quad side lighting up onto him as well. He's really sandwiched now.
Oh, Gem.
Oh, Sly. RML with the TK onto Foda, forced by Gem. Here we go, from pit, shut down as well. RML taking down Image. Can he get the second kill? No, he can't. Technically, it would have been his third kill. One was a TK, mind. So,
it's a 1v1, Jay.
Yep, to keep them in the game. Can Gekins get it done here? He's connected. Does he have the bomb? Gabeson doesn't have the bomb, so Gekins, all he needs to do here is just hold. He's got that bomb covered as well. You can see it just blinking away. Second, Gabeson sticks his head out to try and pick that up. Gabeson should have had that. I was going to say, yeah, Gabeson should have had the idea that the bomb was covered on the angle, so I don't know why he faced. He could have gone around library side, though, couldn't he?
But what's Gekins doing in that position? Why does he keep on challenging? Right, it's 1v1. If you lose the round, you're out of the game. And for Hungary to win that round, Hungary had to push him, or they had to start planting the bomb. If he started planting the bomb, he was pretty much 1 versus 0, because whilst planting a bomb, you can't start shooting. So why he keeps facing like that, that's really stupid. But he does pick up the round, so I'm not going to flame him too much for that, Jay. But I hope you can get behind how stupid of a decision that is and how much of a gamble it is.
Yeah, he could have definitely played the clock, though. All he had to do was just keep him interested and just be like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still library side. If you go for that bomb and I hear you moving towards site, you do know that I'm going to rush you and pull you off the bomb and then fall back. So, I mean, the old ring around the roses bomb game, you know, the bomb dance on the site, not really initiated that well so far by Latvia. Anyway, Hungary going to pick up 2 kills with the pistols. Because from low wraps, though, levels it back up a 3-on-3. Obviously, the weapons now in favour of Latvia. We have a Deagle, an AWP, and an M4A4 that have been captured by Hungary, though. Because opens up the M4A1, finds one. Did connect onto, that would have been Folder as well. He's dropped to 19 HP, so a lot of this now down to FSH as Folder gets dropped. 2-on-1. FSH could clutch this, but no, he will be shut down. And that's going to make it a 15-6 scoreline, so Latvia in with an outside chance here of the draw, I suppose. I find that highly improbable, but I think they could make this a sort of 15-8, 15-9. That would be a respectable scoreline where they were, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad, losing out 16-9. But I mean, they're hanging on by a thread here, Jay. I mean, that was 2 opening kills by an eco side Hungary, and that was way too close for comfort, to be honest.
HE going to take a decent chunk of Gabson's opening 100 HP. Deficient going to face the AK. He's just opened it up for Gekins to take the angle, so Gekins does get that kill to Gabson. Folder looking for the return frag off the back of that flashbang that he threw, but nothing to come of it. I'm going to see the fall back down Banana now. RML just chilling out bottom Banana with that bomb. We've got Twist and FSH on second mid here, so it seems like Hungary looking for an actual kill to level it back up here, aren't they, Walkland?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they want at this point. I mean, looking at the overview, however, Hungary is slowly heading over towards that B-bomb site with the bomb, with only FSH left in mid. In fact, as I say that, he's going to rotate over towards B as well, and now the push comes onto BJ.
Yep, Deficient lined up again for the kills. Opens up with the AK-47. Can only find one. Twist dropped. RML with that frag onto Gekins as well, and this has got to be the final round here. Hungary not going to give up an easy retake.
They're playing it a lot better than Latvia, I'll tell you that much.
To be honest, although,
Whoa.
because on the retake through Ruins, just find the entry frag onto Folder. 3-on-2 now, and that's... Oh, Banana shut down as well by Gem. RML still alive. He's going to find 2 frags. 1-on-1 now. Image the last man standing against RML, last man standing. And there we go. Clutch AWP play. Latvia still in with a chance here. There's time for the defusal, so that will come in, and it will now go 15-7. But, I mean, to go from a 3-on-1 to a 1-on-1, that was just... You know, bad play from Latvia again, wasn't it? They got too excited there and pushed, you know, dribs and drabs, didn't they?
Hanging on by a thread, Jay. But yeah, that was the most entertaining round of the entire game. That was close. It was back and forth. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll see a lot more coming out from this game like that one.
Well, it looks like we have a couple of Latvians in chat pulling the team on, so... And we are still seeing a difference of 8 rounds here, which is a sizable difference at this level of play, but... Latvia closing the gap all the time. Gem is going to be lit up. So 1-man disadvantage right now for the Latvians, so they've got to be careful here. Gem cannot afford to be taken down. HE will do damage as well, down to 38 HP. Good coordination from Hungary, it has to be said. Figuring out that Gem would have fallen back from balcony and probably facing on the angle on mid, so... The Hungarians seem to have good communication, if not the best strategies here.
Well, let's say it's... down to 5v4 here, and once again Hungary does opt to go for that B-bomb site. And to be honest, I think that's a good decision. I mean, they've had quite some success going over towards that B-bomb site, even though they haven't picked up the rounds. And they do open up that bomb site for a plant now, and it's down to 4 versus 3. Surely Hungary can't mess this one up.
Well, you wouldn't think so, especially not with Foda getting the kill onto Image. So it's now 4-on-2. RML going to push his way in towards Ruins. AK-47 double finishes it up in style. 2 kills that round for FSH. He finished top scorer, of course, in the server. 16-7 the final scoreline. And Warclimb pleasantly surprised by the fact that Latvia didn't just give up. A lot of teams would have in that position, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would have. I think they played it out really well at the end, Latvia. However, I mean, whenever you're forced to start on the hard side when you're playing pretty much mix versus mix, it's not going to be good for it. The knife round, even though it seems so stupid, it has so much to say about what's going to happen in the game. And I think Hungary winning that knife round pretty much changed the outcome of this game. If Latvia won it, maybe we would have seen the same score just for Latvia winning.
Potential. I still say that Hungary probably would have won that game, to be honest, though. They did look like the better of the two teams. FSH just, dragged Hungary to a victory kicking and screaming. So he's got to get the nod for MVP. Now, we do have more coverage of the European Championships coming up. Let me just head over to the eFrag website right now and get you the match listings, because I know there's a game tomorrow, and I believe there's also one Sunday as well. So let's see
Jay,
if
can you call my dad?
Can I call you dad? I certainly can.
Yeah, there's a guy on Twitch chat here calling me stupid.
Okay, well, I'll, you know what? Yeah, let's. Where are we?
That's really upsetting me.
Well, we can't be having that, man. We're not having you upset. Greatest Norwegian ever. Where are we? I can't even see him. You'll have to point him out after I've closed up, and he will face a timeout. We'll put him in the naughty corner, I guess.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't try to, no.
Don't hurt Warclimb's feelings, man.
Nah,
He's
I'm just
sensitive.
kidding, Cinder, we have different opinions, and that's fine. But I wouldn't sit here and call you stupid, man. Grow up, man.
Yeah, and by the way, I knew that FSH was Flash. If you look at my, somebody pointed that out to me in chat, but he was tagged up that way, and after we started referring to him. But as you can see, I had him on the roster rundown as Flash, so I knew that. It's just Twitch chat, obviously picking bones for the sake of picking bones, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking at the games we have tomorrow. So what do we have? Nothing listed as of right now on hltv.org, but I know there was some stuff on the eFrag website, so let me check that out real quick. I think it's Portugal playing tomorrow. Where are we? 11th, Hungary, Latvia. Belgium against Turkey tomorrow, and then Portugal versus Serbia on Sunday. So, should be some good games to come. I think Portugal versus Serbia will be a really good game.
Serbia, didn't they beat Norway today?
No, it wouldn't have been today. It would have been, let me go for the results. I think it was, I want to say Wednesday, I think. Where are we?
Because that Norwegian lineup wasn't half bad. I mean, I didn't watch the game, and they might have played terribly bad for all I know. But if they crush Norway 16-6, I think I saw on hltv.org, I mean, that might be a good side to watch. And Portugal as well. That might be an interesting game as well. I just jinxed it, Jay, once again. No.
Well, I suppose it depends who Portugal field, though, doesn't it? I mean, I can see that on the roster already they've got Fox and Mutt on there, so that's pretty solid. Both those guys playing for Kick eSports, of course, which, they represent Portugal exceptionally well these days. Serbia, you do see Janko and David in there, so decent players from the Serbian squad as well. It could actually be a decent game. I'm looking forward to that game on Sunday. Sunday, usually a decent day for actual players as well. Nobody really has anything done on a Sunday, so both teams should be able to field a full complement of 5, of the top line players from that scene. Because I don't think, let's think about it. There's nothing else going on this weekend, is there? I mean, I think there's Steel Series and Starlight will be finished. So yeah, the international game should actually have the talent that's been missing, hopefully. Anyway, Warclone, have you got anything you want to mention before we close it down for the evening?
No, I'm just there's a really good guy, Greg, here on the chat that's saying he's missing my casting, and that he just made me happy again. So I might go for another beer right now. He just saved my evening. But yeah, just to answer him, I'm normally casting here with Jay around this channel, which you're on right now. Hopefully I will be able to cast more with him. I haven't been casting too much with you, Jay, but I do enjoy casting with you. So I just follow me on Twitter. I normally do a tweet whenever I do cast with the URL. So thank you, buddy.
Yep. I know what I need to do for you as well. I made some like social media video bumpers today for some of the guys here. I'll create you one as well, and that way, whenever we cast together, I can play 2 videos and be like, yeah, follows bitches. So I'm going to close us down for the evening now. It has been a I felt a fairly one-sided game. I was hoping for a little bit more from that, like I alluded to at the start of the cast. I was thinking it was going to be a much closer game. I did have Hungary down as favourites, so yeah, I'm not surprised that Hungary did win. It's the margin that they won by that's a little bit perplexing. I mean, if you would have said that to me at the start, I'd have been like, yeah, I can see it, but I think Latvia will give them a better game than that. Kind of a shame, but oh well. So, like I said, tomorrow will be Belgium versus Turkey. That will be 8 o'clock CET, so 7 o'clock GMT if you are watching from England. I've been Jay Atkins, he's been Warclone. You guys have been great, and we will catch you all on the flip side. I was going to give you the usual Twitter spiel, but I'll just pull the video up right now, and you guys can see it. So, if you do want to get involved with any of the social goings on, check me out on Twitter. As you can see, it's Jason_Atkins, at Jason_Atkins. Give me a follow on Twitch as well. You're already on the channel. All you have to do is click one button. And, of course, you can check out all the VODs. Subscribe on YouTube. It is GameSports Network on YouTube. So head over there, check it out. Yesterday's games are up. All the games that we've covered so far from Star Ladder and the European Championships are up there. So there's a ton of content that's kicking around at the moment on many different methods. So if you do want to get social, if you do want to give me a follow, if you do want to keep up with what I'm up to, Twitter's the best bet, at Jason_Atkins. So once again, from Warclone and myself, good night.